Good evening, and welcome to Ray County High School's 2020 graduation ceremony. Congratulations, and thank you to all the 2020 graduates and their families. Due to COVID-19 guidelines, please follow the following recommendations. Your ticket places you on the side in which your student will enter the stadium. Green is the home side, and gold is the visitor side. Please find a seat and sit with your family. Social distance between families of at least 6 feet. Please do not sit on rows that have a red dot. After the ceremony, continue to social distance between families of at least 6 feet. Please do not gather in groups. Masks and hand sanitizer are available at the gate. Avoid shaking hands. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze. Please do not gather at the fence to take pictures. Please stay seated. At the conclusion of the ceremony, disperse and exit the stadium efficiently and safely.
I know.
Doing good so far.
Yeah. Lights come on and I get nervous, you know.
Oh, I bet you do.
I was working a professional tennis match one time and we had to signal to the camera. We tested everything. It looked great. When the match started and the lights came on, we were working for these kids about downtown. A temporary stadium they built. And the camera guy had latched his camera battery pack to the light pole. And so I wasn't getting the signal. Nothing was on the screen. And it was like, your screen's broken. And I threw a DVD in the DVD player and pressed play. I said, the screen's fine. I'm not getting a signal from somebody's camera. But yeah, stuff like that is happening.
Oh, yeah. You don't expect.
Yeah.
I gotta find my thing.
All right. Not your own camera? Oh, no. It's on my only two boonie hat. Nope.
How you doing?
Doing well, you?
Good.
Good.
Going good for you?
I think so. Nope.
Click, click, and off we go.
No thunderstorms? Yeah.
Sounds good.
What's your name?
I'm Jerry Logan.
Oh, Jerry, I'm Travis Ricketts. We talked 20-something years ago when I was PCI director up at Bryan.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Good evening, and welcome to Ray County High School's 2020 graduation ceremony. Congratulations, and thank you to all the 2020 graduates and their families. Due to COVID-19 guidelines, please follow the following recommendations. Your ticket places you on the side in which your student will enter the stadium. Green is the home side, and gold is the visitor side. Please find a seat and sit with your family. Social distance between families of at least 6 feet. Please do not sit on rows that have a red dot. After the ceremony, continue to social distance between families of at least 6 feet. Please do not gather in groups. Masks and hand sanitizer are available at the gate. Avoid shaking hands. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze. Please do not gather at the fence to take pictures. Please stay seated. At the conclusion of the ceremony, disperse and exit the stadium efficiently and safely. It was the goal of Mr. Jerry Levengood, Director of Ray County Schools, and the Ray County School Board to provide our 2020 graduates with a graduation ceremony. Thank you to all the planning committee, Ray County School Board, Ray County Executive, Ray County Homeland Security, Ray County Police Department, Ray County 911, Ray County High School, and Ray County Health Department. Ray County High School would like to thank the families of all the graduates for your efforts over the past 13 years. Thank you and congratulations.
Ready to sweat?
Good evening, and welcome to Ray County High School's 2020 graduation ceremony. Congratulations, and thank you to all the 2020 graduates and their families. Due to COVID-19 guidelines, please follow the following recommendations. Your ticket places you on the side in which your student will enter the stadium. Green is the home side, and gold is the visitor side. Please find a seat and sit with your family. Social distance between families of at least 6 feet. Please do not sit on rows that have a red dot. After the ceremony, continue to social distance between families of at least 6 feet. Please do not gather in groups. Masks and hand sanitizer are available at the gate. Avoid shaking hands. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze. Please do not gather at the fence to take pictures. Please stay seated. At the conclusion of the ceremony, disperse and exit the stadium efficiently and safely.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Ray County High School, graduation of the class of 2020. Will you stand and join me in welcoming these graduating seniors?
Ashley Walker. Mark time. Mark. Left. 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 Right. Left. Color guard. Halt. Left. Face. Freeze it. Color. Attention. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, and to the justice for all. Color guard. Forward. Mark. Left. 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 Right. Left. 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 Right. Left.
Thank you. You may be seated. I am Jerry Levengood, Director of Ray County Schools, and I cannot tell you how proud I am of these young people for the things that they have accomplished, for the perseverance over these last few months, and being able to earn the right to sit here as graduating seniors. They have done all that we have asked them to do, and they have earned the right to be here. And I'm excited about having this ceremony that we are having tonight that will allow them to have the honor that they deserve and to have a high school graduation ceremony. This ceremony did not happen by chance. This ceremony happened by a lot of work, by a lot of people, and I want to just mention some of the folks that are here tonight that supported the decision that we had to have this ceremony. First of all, our school board members, they are seated behind the graduates. I ask that you stand when I call your name. Mr. Perry Massengale. Mr. B.J. McCoy. Mr. Bimbo McCauley. Dr. Henry Reed. Mr. Carol Henderson. And two board members that we have on stage, our Vice Chairman, Mr. Chip Pendergrass, and the Chairman of the Ray County School Board, Mr. John Mincy. I also want to welcome tonight our state legislator representative, Mr. Ron Travis. Also our state senator, Mr. Ken Yeager. One of the things that we had to do in making this ceremony possible was to get the approval of the Ray County Health Department. And they agreed that this was a good thing. And so Miss Debbie Williams, the Ray County Health Department, is with us. Please thank her. Also, our county mayor is here, Mr. George Thacker. He's down by the gate. And then I want to introduce to you the new principal of Ray County High School, Dr. Scotty Harrell. Dr. Harrell, if you'd stand. This is a bittersweet time, not only for these seniors as they go on to a new facet of their life, but over the course of the last 11 years as principal and many more of being associated in this school, Jesse Messimer is stepping down as principal of Ray County High School and moving into the role of assistant director of schools. Will you thank him with me for the work that he has done, Jesse Messimer?
Good evening, Ray County High School family. My name is Christine Mora, and I am the salutatorian for the class of 2020. I cannot express how excited I am to finally see us all together again, or how thankful I am for the opportunity to have this one last conversation with you before we transition from high school students to high school graduates. For many of us, this day could not come soon enough, and for a moment it seemed as if it may not come at all, but it did. And we have some people to thank for that. So before I begin, I would like for us to pause and again thank each member of our faculty, staff, and administration. During the scariest, most unpredictable, most unprecedented times, you devoted yourselves to ensuring that the class of 2020 would see graduation day. You worked tirelessly to keep us on track academically, but also showed genuine concern for our personal well-being. Even in isolation, you were so present. And we are so grateful. Class of 2020, let's give them a round of applause. On August 5th, 2019, we burst through the doors of Ray County High School, ready to live out the senior year we'd been dreaming of since freshman orientation. Whether an artist, an athlete, or an academic, each of us held a meticulously crafted image of how this year would look. We each had a plan and expected it to unfold seamlessly, but what we were actually in store for, none of us saw coming, because it was impossible to prepare for what October would bring. When we said goodbye to three of the most beloved people RCHS has ever known, our perfect picture shattered. Coach Benton, Mr. Yarber, and TG influenced so many of us, and our senior year looked much different after fall break. In fact, many of us spent the remainder of that first semester attempting to piece the broken image that would never be quite the same back together again. But even though a few precious pieces were missing, January came, and we began our final semester of high school with high hopes that this one would go exactly according to plan. Then one morning in March, I walked into Mr. Buckles' classroom and he said, "Okay, let's talk about this coronavirus." And I wondered why. That was half a world away and frankly, nothing for us to be concerned about. We had essays to write, prom to organize, scholarships to apply for, games to win, right? So we pressed on, willing the world to behave and leave our plans alone. But as an extended spring break turned into never spending another day in those desks, we watched our perfect picture crumble again. And yet here we are in May, So why am I forcing us to relive the struggle and disappointment we've been working so hard to heal from? Because I believe the last 180 days have taught us a certain truth about life that the smoothest year couldn't have. They taught us that in this life we will face situations that wreck our carefully crafted plans. If this year has taught us one thing, it is that confidence placed in those plans, in that perfect image, is confidence misplaced. Whatever your next step, your trust needs a much more secure foundation. My trust needed a much more secure foundation. So I looked to the one the psalmist David calls a stronghold, a fortress, and a rock, and found Christ to be the one thing this world can't ever shake. And class of 2020, this is my hope for each one of us, that we recognize the opportunity this year has given us to grab hold of the unshakable. Because if we do, we will step into the lifetime to come with resilience. And if we have resilience, then no amount of loss, no pandemic, no circumstance will ever hinder us from soaring on wings like the eagles we are. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to soar alongside you all.
It's going to be really hard to follow up after Christine there. You did a great job, young lady. Very proud of you. A few days ago, Mr. Lovingood and I were sitting in my office, and we were talking about life and school and graduation. And I said, we call each other by our first names when we're off to the side. I said, hey, Coach, I said, you think that we can really get this graduation in because we really need it? He called me by my first name. He said, Coach, he said, I'm going to tell you. He said, what these kids need is an ending. He said, they need an ending so they can have a beginning, because they need to close that door and be ready to move on. And he and I have had many conversations over the last 2 months about how we could get it done, when we can get it done, and hoping and praying that we could get it done. Not for us, because any of us that have ever been in education, and I'll speak for myself, but I know I'm speaking for the family of faculty and staff at Ray County High School, we love you guys. We may not always like you, but we love you. We may not like what you're doing because you're not applying yourself or not doing what you need to do. But we wanted you to have this step. Now, when this pandemic kind of hit, Christine, you touched on it. The beginning of the year really was great. Then it turned ugly. This pandemic rolls around, we go into March, and I called Mr. Logan and said, I think I need a change. So he gave me a change. So as you all have an ending to a beginning, guess what I've got? An ending to a beginning. So I hope that you all always have the memories in your mind of where you came from, what you've lived through, and where you hope to be. Without a goal set in your mind and where you want to be, there's all kinds of roads. When you leave here going to Dayton or Spring City, I can get you there all kinds of different ways. The straight path that a few of you will follow is awesome, but that's not the only way, young men and women. All kinds of paths to get you to where you're going. Just always know where you want to be and where you hope to end up at. You've got to keep that in your mind. I am the world's worst for never writing down notes, making a speech. I've never done it. After 30 years, I'm not going to do it. So I was telling Miss Massengill, Miss Jewell earlier, I said, I don't have notes. I don't need them. Because what I want to say is that I am proud of you. I'm excited that you're at the ending. I'm excited about you being at graduation. I'm excited that we're having graduation, that many people have not had graduation. They've done it virtual, whatever. I'm proud. I'm proud to be part of Ray County High School. I'm proud to be part of Ray County, period. I live here. I will always live here. This is home. You understand, Mr. Langley? Jackson? We talked. Yeah, there's the smile. There it is. Okay. I wish you well. You have excelled. You've overcome obstacles this year. The loss was tremendous. The faces when we come back was unreal, the sadness. Now, find what you believe in, where you want to go, and go on that path. And I wish you well.
Good evening. I'm Heather Jewell, Assistant Principal here at Ray County High School. Every year, the faculty nominates seniors who best represent the graduating class in the areas of leadership, service, overall character, and academic excellence to be eligible for the Faculty Award. Would the 2020 nominees stand when I call your name? Madeline Adams. Zachary Barnett. Elijah Bowles. Annabelle Talent. And Ashley Walker. The winner of the Faculty Award is known for having a positive attitude, being responsible, a dedicated worker, showing respect to classmates and teachers, but most importantly, persevering even when life threw out a couple of curveballs. This student has more maturity, patience, and understanding than most people twice his age, and is always eager to lend a helping hand. On behalf of the faculty of Ray County High School, I am proud to present Zachary Barnett with the 2020 Faculty Award.
Good evening. I'm Sheila Massengale, Assistant Principal and also Director of Career and Technical Education. And it is my pleasure tonight to honor two students that have had perfect attendance. One has had perfect attendance in their high school career from the 9th to the 12th grade. When I call your name, would you please stand? Lauren Madeline Summers. Let's give Lauren a round of applause for that perfect attendance 9th through 12th grade. Also, we are honoring a perfect attendance for 1st through 12th grade. That's quite a few days to show up for school, right, guys? Miss Sylvia Alicia Casanan Diaz. Congratulations. Thank you. Secondly, it is my honor to announce the class of 2020, the academic top 10. When I call your name, if you would please stand, and we'll hold our applause if you can, please, and then we will honor all of them at the same time. I'm going to begin with number 10, Sari Grace Goins. Number 9, Madeline Sophia Martinez. Number 8, Jonathan Noah Kerr. Number 7, Ashley Rose Walker. Number 6, Mallory Page Hampton. Number 5, Bradley Chase Goodwin. Number 4, Kaylee Marie Gunter. Number 3, Madison Ray Smith. Number 2, Christine Victoria Moore. And number 1, Elijah Daniel Bowles. Let's give them a big round of applause for this accomplishment. You may be seated.
It has never failed. I always forget to mention one thing. Seems like every year that I forget to mention those who are retiring and leaving us this year. From Ray County High School, we are losing 7 faculty and staff that are retiring. Miss Sandy Bowman, Miss Valerie Cannon, Miss Teresa Faulkner, Mr. David Giesel, Coach Stephen Hoder, Mr. Tim Tippett, and Chief Lois Walling Mathis.
Good evening, friends, family, and faculty. My name is Elijah Bowles, and I am your class of 2020 valedictorian. And I'd like to start off by admitting something. For a while, I was a little concerned about the idea of a valedictorian speech. I'm here speaking on behalf of the entire RCHS class of 2020. Even though our high school experiences may have been completely different, and quite frankly, we may not all know each other. However, regardless of our many differences, my fellow classmates, I think we can all relate to one another today. After all, every one of us has this in common. Things have not gone according to plan for us. Together, over these last few months, we've endured confusing and frustrating times. Had anyone told us that our senior year would be over before April, that skip day, college signing day, prom, all of these milestones would be replaced by days stuck at our homes or our essential jobs, quite frankly, we wouldn't have believed them. We would never consider the thought that this strange prophecy would become our reality, the new normal. But perhaps life is nothing more than a series of new normals, many of which we don't choose for ourselves. You got 5 minutes to spare? I don't have enough time. We say things like this without thinking, assuming we have rightful ownership over allotted amounts of time in our lives. These moments that our obligations leave untouched, we can do with them whatever we please. So we think at least, but reality tells a much different story. There are countless factors in life beyond our control, and time is never really something we're at liberty to give or take. As a result, sometimes change feels like the only constant. And because this change is so often out of our hands, it sometimes runs contrary to our vision of the future. But perhaps I shouldn't be drawing so much attention to how little control we have over our own destiny in a graduation speech of all things, when it's much more traditional to deliver a more empowering message, like go confidently in the direction of your dreams. We can't go anywhere very confidently if we're always aware that at any moment, life could turn us on our heads and make us lose our sense of direction altogether, right? Well, I'm not so convinced. Maybe this unpredictability is not an obstacle, but an opportunity because of the change in perspective it can offer us. After all, our best laid plans aren't always as perfect as we think. We have blind spots. You see, when I first started driving, I always looked both ways before turning onto the road. Still do, just so you know. But the mistake I made was not in neglecting to look far out in either direction for oncoming traffic. It was forgetting to look right in front of me for the car blocking my entrance to the road at that very moment. And there are certain aspects of high school that I treated in the same way, looking so far ahead at what I planned would come my way that I never noticed everything I had to be thankful for in the present. The unexpected is good at helping us break away from that mindset. The moment we lose all sense of what will happen next is the same moment we're reminded of everything that we cherish in the here and now. After all, during this pandemic, I'd say we've gained a new appreciation for our relationships with high school teachers and friends. And perhaps these moments we plan to spend living our normal lives were actually meant for bonding with our parents during quarantine before we have to leave to make a life of our own. Love you, Mom and Dad. Also, unanticipated change gives us a new look at our future, not just our present. Maybe our lack of total control demolishes our plans sometimes, but it also affords us an opportunity to rebuild better ones in their place. During this time, I've built relationships with my future college classmates. Relationships I might never have enjoyed without a pandemic that left us with nothing better to do than stay up all night just talking to each other. I never would have guessed that these friendships were in store for me. But do I regret this total surprise, even though it took a global catastrophe to bring it about? No. And even if I did regret it, there would be no point, because quite frankly, I have no say in the matter. Now, that's a hard thing to say and really believe. I have no say in the matter, let come what may. And yet, it's also necessary to learn to say this with conviction, because I think the best way to enjoy life is to lean into change instead of avoiding the unexpected like a virus. Why? Because the unexpected in life is by definition unavoidable. If your mission in life is to avoid it, you won't succeed. So, what should your mission in life be? Far be it from me to tell you, and I don't just say that because I have no more life experience than any of you. Even the wisest adults can't rightfully tell you that, because your mission is something you must find for yourself. But perhaps I can offer you some advice on how to conduct your search for purpose. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams, but don't be afraid to let that direction change. And when life offers you no choice but to change it, take the chance to learn and grow. There's a lifetime of opportunities waiting ahead for each and every one of us. And many of them we can only discover if our path takes an unplanned turn. So there's no need to be discouraged when things don't go our way. We may not always be able to control our circumstances, but one thing that will always be in our charge is our reaction to them. Remember, we're the class of 2020, of hindsight and clear perspectives. We don't always have a 2020 view of our situation at first glance. Sometimes it takes something we never anticipated to bring everything into focus. And once we see these unprecedented circumstances with even more unprecedented clarity, the wonder of a life bigger and brighter than our own plans will come into full view. So, congratulations, class of 2020. We made it. These last 4 years have been leading up to this moment. And though this celebration may not be identical to the one that we always imagined, it's still a celebration to remember and enjoy. Perhaps it's fitting that everything should unfold in such an unexpected way. What better way to be welcomed into the great unknown that is life on our own? It's a big, scary, haphazard world out there sometimes, but perhaps in all of that which seems like chaos lies the very heart of life. I'll leave you with the profound words of some poets who are known in certain circles as the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, well, you might find you get what you need. So good luck to all of you, my fellow classmates, and no matter what comes your way, may you always get what you need.
Ashley Janelle Adams. Madeline Elizabeth Dean Adams. Damian Layton Akers. Harmony Judith Aiken. Avery Schultz Alday. Jacob Charles Allen. Caleb Michael Arnold. Natalie Louise Baker. Aaron Kyler Ballard. Malike Ryan Ballard. Noah Jacob Ballard. Zachary David Barnett. Christopher Blake Benton, in absentia. James Clark Binkley Jr. Addison Daly Blackburn. James Gavin Cole Blaylock. Michael Lynn Bowles Jr. Austin Michael Boofer. Ireland Francis Pearl Bauer. Tiana O'Shea Bowerman. Austin Caleb Bradley. Hunter Ray Brady. Robert Thomas Brady, in absentia. Marley Beth Breeding. Bryson Keith Brown. Chelsea Marie Brown. Selena Ann Brown. Krista June Brumberlow. Cherish Nicole Buckner. Lily Beth Burlingame. Jonah O'Neill Butler. John Isaac Coball. Haley Brooke Cameron. McKinley Grace Campbell. Addison Grace Cannon. Kyle Thomas Carr. Dallas Mateo Carter. Robert Cannon Carter.
You're fine there. Thank you. Right.
Luis Alberto Castaneda.
The wireless.
Sylvia Alicia Castanon Diaz. Saul Shakan Ochoa. Isaiah Milan Sissel. Caitlin Michelle Claybo. Adam Gabriel Clark. Bradley Hunter Clark. Christopher Logan Clark. Chance Christopher Claypool. Amber Nicole Cloutier. Kristen Leanne Coley. Robert Austin Congeloso. Haley Alexa Corbin. Destiny Page Couch. Aaron Moira Couch. Taylor Hunter Cowley. Alicia Stephanie Cox. Nicholas Ray Creasman. Timothy Michael Creasman. James John Race Crespo.
It's fine for me. It's the live stream that you were messing up. Yeah.
Dylan Stephen Crisp. Mark Kobe Crump. Trinity Lorene Curl. Gavin Stephen Curtin in absentia. Cody Benson Curtis. Rachel Ray Davenport. Landon Jeremiah Davidson. Cassandra Hope Davis. Jacob Allen Davis. Kyra J. Davis. Shanar De Pina Silva. Hannah Cheyenne Deacons. Pablo Alberto Del Rio. Maggie Jewel Dotson. Benjamin Gregory Dunas. Molly Nicole Duckett. Shaylin Nicole Duggar. Georgia May Edwards. Ryan Walter Ellis. Austin Lee Elsey. Dustin James Emmons. Melinda Sue Emmons. Anthony James England Jr. Emily Ann Evans. Jacob Riley Evans. Heaven Lee Farmer. Angel Lynn Fenwick. Morgan Lee Fine. Austin Dwayne Flynn. Jacob Donald Ford. Brooks Allen Francisco. Brandon Lee Frazier. Wesley Antonio Tomas Freeman. Jonah Martin Gardenhire. Jacob Tanner Gardner. Kobe Wade Garrett. Bailey Michelle Garrison. Easton Grant Garrison. Allison Faith Gentry. Savannah Nicole Gilreath. Sari Grace Goins. Travis Jared Goins. Armando Gomez. Bradley Chase Goodwin. Christian Taylor Green. Aubrey Grace Gwynn. Kaylee Marie Gunter. Bryce Allen Gurley. Clayton Edward Guthrie. Zachary Arnold Haggart. Alyssa Nicole Hagler. Caleb William Haid. Ethan Connor Haley. Alexander Todd Hake. Isabella Page Hale. Lindsay Brooke Hall. Mallory Page Hampton. Mary Catherine Harris. Emily Lisette Harrison. Jordan Elizabeth Hartman. Christopher Blake Harvey. Ethan Scott Hatcher. Dana Marie Headley. Micah Allen Headley. Malia Alyssa Hatchu. Julia Denise Henderson. Daisha Cheyenne Hernandez. Philip Shapley Heron. Keely Shea Hickman. Major Lewis Hickman. Caleb Hunter Hill. Kyle Joseph Hitchcock. Ashton Cole Hoffman. Emma Lauren Holloway. Salvador Jose Holquin. Alexander Lamar Hood. Haley Alyssa Hopkins. Charlie Ivana Howard. Adriana Hope Hubbard. Dawson Bradley Huffstetler. Hannah Justine Human. Destiny Faith Haslip. Brandon Scott Isles. Madison Page Isles. Paola Insaste Marin. Aaron Cole Jackson, in absentia. Gracie Ann Jackson. Javier James Villagomez. Lasia Sydney Jenkins. Braden Cole Jewell. Hannah Sue Johansson. Lauren Faith Johnson. Lindsay Catherine Jolly. Mason LeBron Jolly. Logan Matthew Jordan. Madison Emma Jordan. Jonathan Noah Kerr. Aubrey Drew Kidd. Bryce Taylor King. Candace Marie Crider Wright. Joshua Ryan Kirkendall. Zachariah Brett Lane. Jackson Court Langley. Jonathan Yuri LaFan. Kaylee Alexis Savannah Lemons. Jasper James Letner. Jashay Margaret Liana Locke. Kaylin Denise Lovelady. Timothy Lee Luther Jr. Daniel Tanner Lynn. Dawson William Lytle. Ethan James Manley. Christopher Marquez. Madeline Sophia Martinez. Colby Page Massengill. Maverick Massengill in absentia. Tucker Jason Mathis. Ariel Faith Matthew. Ethan Lee McConnell. Tina Marie McGill. Katie Leah McKinney. Kelly Leanne McLaughlin. Kyler Isaiah Meeks. Alondra Mejia Rendon. Brian Dwayne Miles. Asa Stephen Miller. Madison Faith Miller. Tori Lynn Mitchell. Kirsten Alyssa Moore. William Isaiah Moreland. Emily Caitlin Morgan. Meredith Keeley Morgan. Brianna Cheyenne Murray. Kami Turl Nance, in absentia. Autumn Cadence Neal. Kaylee Paige Nelson. Thomas Graham Newman. Gavin Michael Newton. Cassandra Nicole Noblet. Hope Leanne Northcutt. Glenn Robert O'Daniel.
Come home. We hope.
Dylan Lloyd Orick. Hannah Marie Osborne. Caitlin Raylynn Owens. Leah Grace Owensby. Andrew Cheyenne Owenby. Gabriel Jordan Pack. Ryan Javier Pagan. Zoe Marie Parton. Justin Edward Patrick. Asa Ryan Patton. Lila Marie Payne. Braden Ain Pierce. Larry Ross Pendergrass III. Parker Kathleen Peoples. Haley Jane Peppers. Blanca Yesenia Perez. Andrea Donnell Perkins. Brady Farron Powell. Hunter Lee Presley. Noah Orion Pride. McKenna Nicole Quick. Angelina Ramirez Raphael. Sierra Alexis Ramsey. Madison K. Reagan. Dylan Kyle Edward Reed. Amelia Michelle Richard. Shelby Leanne Roberts. Lexia Catherine Hope Robinson. Madison Grace Bailey Robinson. Tristan Eric Robinson. Gabrielle Faith Roddy. Joshua Hunter Rodriguez. Cecilia Paige Rogers. Philip Stephen Rogers. Angela Rojas. Matthew Lee Rosas. Samantha Denise Rossetter. Grayson Cole Russell. William Dexter Sales. Aubrey Lee Salee III. Jacob Lee Scruggs. Devin Emmett Shaver. Gavin Michael Shaver. Destin Kent Shelfer. Nicholas Scott Sherrill. Heather Nicole Wan Ping Schaffner. Dakota Anderson Simpson. Caleb Anthony Skiles. Dusty James Leroy Sluter. Brooklyn Taylor Ann Smith. Dalton Thomas Smith. Dylan Hunter Smith. James Cody Smith. Madeline Ryan Smith. Madison Ray Smith. Shannon Taylor Smith. Wanye Trant Smith. Zion Azaria Cachet Smith. Adriana Cheyenne Sneed. Emily Lauren Sorrow. Madison Brianna Cree Spalding. Lauren Nicole Special. Jackson Levi Stacy. Jaron David Stacy. Kevin Thomas Stammen in absentia. Caleb Jeffrey Stampy. Mara Jean Stephen. Jacob Bradley Stringfellow. Lauren Madeline Summers. Georgia Leanne Sutton. Annabelle Lee Talent. Deborah Sue Taylor. Madison Marie Taylor. Garrett Alexander Teams. Collier Ryan Thornton. Ethan Douglas Thurman. Joseph Tyler Thurman. Brooke Logan Tidwell. Jackson Wayne Tomlin. Summer Tonwing Tran. Michaela Renee Trusley. Chelsea Brianna Turner. Tyler Raymond Badebacher. Jose Daniel Valdez. Faith Lachey Vestal. Ashley Rose Walker. Garrett Ray Walker. Catherine Mae Walls. Mackenzie Jean Walters. Brianna Carol Denise Wampler. Devin Amon Ware. Robert Wayne Watts. Kelly Renee White. Matthew Caleb Wilkie. Cheyenne Summer Wilson. Tristan River Winchester. Holly Sue Workman. Hannah Rain Worthington. Christine Victoria Moore. Elijah Daniel Bowles.
I haven't held this still this long for years. I'm not sure I can get up. I feel like that. It is. Yeah.
Seniors, if you'd please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, after completing all the requirements set forth by the State of Tennessee Department of Education, the requirements set forth by the Ray County Department of Education, and completing all of Ray County High Schools, I present to you the class of 2020. Seniors, move your tassels from right to left. I now present to you the class of 2020.